taking on a team from the Big 12, the Kansas Jayhawks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Jayhawks will kick it away first. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense takes the field. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
And the quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game. So who do you look for? The tight end. And there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter. But over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started was always the ground game and the toughness, and you never question that. In Oklahoma, they got to get to that. They got to be that. They got to live that. If they really want to build on what they used to be and bring that tradition and build some of that tradition in the SEC.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves him with second and short. He's looking to throw. Uncorks one. It's caught downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. He can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
It's always fun to watch offensive creativity in the red zone. Like, how are you going to get some space for your guy? They try the toss, get him out wide, maybe get him some space. The defense was ready. Nice job falling forward, getting at least a little bit on the play.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing on his hands.
About to have the 9th snap on this drive. You don't want to settle for a field goal. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Jayhawks offense will take the field for the first time. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes. You better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
Now the play fake. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
And It's picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Now, a couple of times historically that the SEC has reached into the Big 12 during an expansion era, and the Big 12 would love to land a blow on the field here in this one.
Yeah, I think there probably is some of that with the Big 12. A lot of these teams, they used to be in our conference, and you've kind of ruined what we had built. So we got a chance now to make a dent in this, to show you, like, we're not just your, like, little recruiting system and little farm team, Jesse. Like, we're a real conference that wants to come out and make a statement.
I agree, David. I think the Big 12 throughout the years here recently has done a good job reloading and bringing in good quality programs with a lot of talented football players and those wide open, up-tempo, high-scoring offenses that can give any SEC defense problems.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
Breaks the tackle. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Try to get it to the edge. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
It's the run back. Gain of 5. First and goal, Oklahoma.
We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. He's going to pass. Feeling some heat. They get enough push, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And you try to catch him off balance, maybe on first down and goal right here, a situation where maybe sneaking a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
Goes to the option. Now the toss. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Can the D deny them on second and goal? On the option. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Off play action on first down. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket. Nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
After the incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes the connection. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Coming after it. Takes a hit as he fires. Oh, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. 3rd and long. The guy left the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
Looking to throw. He's got it and still on his feet. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Loss of 1 ball play. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Jayhawks.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
He'll try to tack on one more.
For the extra point.
Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Fresno State has the lead right now, but this Bulldog Stadium crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 11 over Wyoming. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job on the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run play action. Throws to the tight end. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback can affect the passing game. They were able to get after him on that play, and as a result, the QB made a bad decision, forcing that football into double coverage.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Kansas to the field. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practiced this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some fun, and let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep, play prevent in these situations. So I think you could get a good chunk play and then possibly get a field goal tack on before half.
Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they missed an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Stewart. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. He lets it fly. And he reels it in inside the 30. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Now improvising. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And with that, they've taken the lead. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He'll start the return inside his 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere there today in Lawrence. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's kick it back to the guys at Kansas Memorial Stadium.
Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like all by himself down the middle. At the 20. He was smelling that end zone when they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They want to throw it. They're bringing heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up with it.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Getting some heat. Another incompletion on 3rd down. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And he's made one already, and this one ought to be cake from 21 yards out. Splits the uprights. Good. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
After the misfire, it's 2nd down. It's a draw. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great salesman. You've got to really make the defense think it's pass. You keep your eyes focused downfield till the last possible second, turn around and hand it off. And by that point, the defensive ends have rushed way upfield, and there's less bodies for the running backs to have to maneuver around before finally moving forward.
Runs through the tackle.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Throws to the back. It's complete. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
They hand it to Rodriguez. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On the option. Quick toss. That's 20. He's got space. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And it's just got to be nice to have a running back that can make big-time plays with his feet. 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down right here. His opportunity, he gets the football, makes a huge gain. He makes this offense go, and it makes it so easy to be a play caller.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Draws are such a smart way to take advantage of fast defensive linemen that want to get upfield and get after the quarterback. It keeps them honest, makes them realize they got to play the run too. Great play call.
A little screen to the running back. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Slams ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown Sooners! There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Derek.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Trying to find his man on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, look out! And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the shotgun, the inside give. They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Wants to throw on third down. Quickly complete. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they've regained the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Coastal Carolina has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 16 over Louisiana. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll put the tight end in motion. Keep it on the ground. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
The give to the back. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Back to the ground with the running back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Roughing the passer. Defense.
Late hit on the quarterback gives this offense a free first down and some yardage. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He got it, and they go back on top.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the 4th quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Looking at a 2nd and short now. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Stuffed almost in his track, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. Third and inches coming, maybe the biggest play of the game. Got it, looking for the first down. At midfield, he's got room. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. And the Jayhawks with the 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Stewart. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly deep downfield. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen, and ball gets away from the quarterback. ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. On the option. He'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead. Late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute, I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
The option look. He'll toss it.
The 3rd down pass was incomplete to the mark. That's a 1st down for the offense.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. It came down to the final quarter, clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments